So today we are taking notes on circles. This is on pages 11 and 12. The first part of circles you will have learned. The second part will be new. Starting tomorrow, everything you learned will be new. So it's not going to be a review anymore. Today, part review, part new. Equation of a circle. Anyone remember the equation of a circle? Okay, so some of you said pi r squared. That's area. Some of you said 2 pi r. That's circumference. When I talk about equation of a circle, I mean if I were to graph the equation of a circle in the xy plane. So it's going to be equation in terms of x and y. Philip, I think you said something that sounded good.
X minus h squared plus y minus a squared equals r squared.
Yeah. Okay, you guys should probably be able to guess what r is. The radius. H comma k is the center of a circle. So that should make sense. The center of the circle is going to tell you where the circle is located on the coordinate plane. The radius will tell you how big it is. So in example 1, write the equation of a circle with a center of 2, negative 3, and a radius of 4. We're going to do x subtract 2 squared plus y subtract negative 3 squared equals 4 squared. I do want us to simplify this a little bit. So that's going to become x minus 2 squared, add y plus 3 squared equals 16. Please do not multiply those two out. Generally, this is the way we want to leave the equation of a circle. You're also going to have to be able to go backwards. If I give you an equation, you're going to have to be able to find the center and the radius. So in example 2, identify the center and radius of the following circle. Center? So 2, negative 1. So just like here, positive 2 became negative 2, negative 3 became positive 3. You're always going to be flipping the signs. So center is 2, negative 1. Radius? 2. Radius is 2. So this 4, remember, is the radius squared. Okay, example 3, write the equation of a circle that has a center of negative 1, 4 and passes through 2, negative 2. So, do we have all of the information that we currently need? No, what are we missing? Radius. Okay, start with the equation by plugging in the center, please. Did you guys plug in the center? Okay, what am I going to have here? X plus or minus 1?
That is going to be
X
plus. You switch them.
Right, because you're going to have minus a negative 1. And then y minus 4 squared. We're missing the radius, though. So this becomes x plus 1 squared. Add y minus 4 squared equals r squared. How do we find r?
You gotta square root of that.
With this equation, am I currently going to be able to solve for r?
No.
No, because it's one equation, 3 variables. You can never solve one equation that has 3 variables. Friends?
Plug in the other number.
Yeah. Plug in this point that we have. You're going to plug that in for x and y. So if I plug in 2 for x, I get 2 plus 1 squared. If I plug in negative 2 for y. Okay, so this will be 3 squared, so 9. Negative 6 squared will be 36. This tells us that r squared equals 45. So you don't even need to find the radius. Don't square root this, because in your equation all you want is r squared, which is what you have. Final equation then is x add 1 squared, add y minus 4 squared, equals 45. I would like you to do example 4, please. So write the equation of the circle that passes through 0, negative 4, and has a center of 2, 4. Can you check with the person next to you and see if they have the same answer you do?
Hey Brad, you the same answer? Yeah. Do high five.
Okay. Let's look up here, please. You should have started by putting in the center. What did we do next?
Plug in the next point.
Plug in the next point. Plug in this point. I have a feeling that there were some errors when we plugged that in. We get 0 minus 2 squared. Add -4 subtract 4 squared equals r squared. Hey, stop talking while I'm going over this. -2 squared is going to give us 4. This does not give you 0.
-8.
Gives you -8 squared, which is 64. So you get r squared equals 68. Final equation being x subtract 2 squared plus y subtract 4 squared equals 68. How many people did that correctly?
I did.
Hand raised would have been lovely. Okay,
You're on YouTube.
that's the stuff that's review.
Live.
Problem 5 is new. Starting at problem 5, you haven't learned this before. Identify the center and radius of the following circle. How does this differ from problem 2?
It's not the same equation.
It's not in the same form. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to get the x's together. You're going to get the y's together. Anything that doesn't have an x or a y goes on the other side of the equation.
Okay.
So I have x squared minus or add 4x. Leave yourself a blank. Plus y squared minus 10y. Leave yourself a blank. This -7 we're going to add to the other side. Okay, so ultimately what we want to do is we need to get this in a form like x plus something squared. The y's we need to get in a form of y plus something squared, ultimately. You've seen this before.
X plus 2.
What is this called when you have to add something here so that you get a perfect square binomial?
I forget that.
Do you remember how to figure out what number to put there?
No.
0.
No.
Okay, so the throwback, it's called completing the square. Do you remember taking this number, dividing by 2, and then squaring it?
Oh, yeah.
And you took this number, you divided by 2, and you squared it? Okay, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 squared is going to give us 4. Now, am I just allowed to add 4 just because I feel like it?
No.
No. So how do I balance out the equation?
You add 4 to the other side.
You do.
Oh my.
Wow, Christopher.
So I can't add one quantity to only one side. I have to add it to both sides to balance my equation. -10 divided by 2 is -5. -5 squared is going to give us positive 25. Again, you have to balance the equation though, so you have to add 25 to the other side. Okay, what two numbers multiply to 4 and add to 4?
2 and 2.
2 and 2, so this will be x plus 2 squared. What two numbers multiply to 25 and add to -10? Multiply to 25, add to -10.
-5.
-5.
-5 and -5.
Yeah.
Is it coincidence that I keep getting the same numbers?
Probably.
Like 2 and 2, -5, -5.
Probably not. Probably not.
No, that's exactly how it should be. It's exactly how it should be. So this becomes x plus 2 squared. Y plus -5 is y minus 5 squared.
Equals 6.
On this side, 7 add 4 is 11. 11 add 25 is 36.
Is then we're done?
Nope. Because we still have to identify the center and the radius.
Oh, the center is
Lucas, what is the center?
5. Oh,
-2
5.
and
-2,
5.
5, and then radius is 6.
Yep. Okay. Flipping the page. You all are doing problem 6 right now. Similar idea. Get your x's together, get your y's together. Anything that doesn't have a number, move it to the, or doesn't have an x or a y, move to the other side. When you're ready, check with the person next to you. Can you wait a few minutes so we can finish these notes? Okay, let's see how we did. This is how you should have started. Get the x's together, get the y's together. Leave yourself a space to figure out what you need to add. Lizzie, what did you add to this first space?
I did
16, I agree. You should have done -8 divided by 2 and squared it. Now, if you're adding 16 to the left side, you have to add 16 to the right side. Nathan, what did you add to this space?
I was kind of lost.
Matt, can you help him?
36.
36. Matt, how'd you get 36?
I divided 12 by 2 and then spread that.
Very good, thank you. If you add 36 to the left side, also add 36 to the right side. Now, Brad, how do the x's factor?
I did x minus 4 and then y plus 6.
Okay, so two numbers that multiply to 16 and add to -8 are -4 and -4. Numbers that multiply to 36 and add to 12 are 6 and 6. Again, those numbers should be the same. Over here, get 42, 52, 64, thank you. 64. Lastly, I need the center and I need the radius. Beck, what did you get for the center?
4 -6.
Good. And what did you get for the radius?
8.
Good. Echo, okay? Okay, there's 2 extra problems we're going to do. Problem 7. Identify the center and radius of the following circle. Suggestions? Put the x's together. Put the y's together. Okay, the x's we should be able to figure out. What are we going to have to add? 4. So you're going to take 4 and you're going to divide it by 2 and then you're going to square it. What about the y's? Yeah, the y's you don't have to do anything to. Difference being up here, you had a y squared and a y term. If there's no y term, you don't have to add anything. So these are a little bit easier. X's then, two numbers that multiply to 4 and add to 4. It's 2 and 2. So I get x plus 2 squared plus y squared equals 13. Lucas, what is the center then?
-2, 0.
Correct, -2, 0. Radius, anyone?
Square root of 13.
Square root of 13. Okay, last type of problem you could see is a problem like number 8. Identify the center and radius. How is this problem different than all the other problems we've seen?
It has coefficients.
Has numbers before the x and the y squared. You cannot complete the square until there's a 1x squared and a 1y squared. So what am I going to have to do? Divide everything by 3. That's each term. So I get x squared, add y squared, subtract 2y, add 4x equals 8. Okay, this is the last problem that you are doing. Once you have completed this, I want you to show it to me.
Okay.
When you're finished, raise your hand, let me come check it.
Oh, yeah.
Good, you can move on to your homework.
We're at 5 for each other. Are you watching now?
Yes.
Wait, is it -2?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm not going to check everyone else's. I'm just going to show you the answer. You can check yourself. This is what I got. You guys agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, any questions on circles?
No. I speak for myself, sorry, class.